Skinny Hardaway 7T back with another EP. And y'all do your boy a favor as you roll on in. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy, whether you're here for a good time or a long time. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. So today, I'm here with a little news from 135. The promoter of Gervonta Tank Davis, promoter advisor of Gervonta Tank Davis, Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? He finally came out and he answered, you know what I mean, what Ryan Garcia had to say after his fight with Javier Fortuna. Floyd Mayweather team Gervonta Davis. They finally came out and they answered Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia in the lead up, in the build up, the build up, to his fight with Javier Fortuna. Ryan Garcia, he spent a lot of time talking to us, telling us about, a fight that he would like to fight after Javier Fortuna, more so, than him, getting us ready for the Javier Fortuna fight or telling us about, his upcoming opponent, Javier Fortuna. Ryan Garcia had been saying, in the lead up to this fight with Javier Fortuna that he would love to fight Tank Davis after this, at the end of the year, in December possibly. Ryan Garcia, he even doubled down immediately after his fight, in this post conference. Now, he lied to us and he told the truth at the same time. You know what I mean? He lied to us. What's good, A17? Appreciate you sliding through this, A17. Glad you can make it, pimp. Y'all do your boy a favor, smash that like button for your boy. Now, Ryan Garcia, he lied to us and he told us the truth at the same time. In the build up, he lied to us saying, that he will fight Tank Davis next after his fight. And then after the fight, he said, yeah, I'll fight Tank Davis, but Tank Davis will have to go to 140 pounds for me. I'm not going down to 135. You know what I mean? Shout out my guy Batman 817 in the building on the late night tip. Appreciate you sliding through. I know I'm normally not on this time. So shout out to everybody that's gonna slide through this time. You know what I mean? But after the fight, he said that, yeah, I'll fight Tank Davis, but I'm only fighting Tank Davis at 140 pounds, not at 135. So basically, Ryan Garcia, pump fakers got us hyped for the Tank Davis fight again during the build-up for Ryan Fortuna. But after the fight, he shut us down by saying, yeah, probably not going to fight him unless he's at 140. We all know Tank petitions at the 135-pound division. Tank said after his Barrios fight, although he won and he competed at 140, he feels his best at 135. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, promoter of Gervonta Tank Davis, he came out yesterday and he basically basically second what Gervonta Tank Davis has said earlier. He said that the fight with Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis very well could happen at the end of the year. There is a place that this fight happens, in December, but in order for this fight to happen, it most definitely won't be at the 140-pound division. Floyd Mayweather said that there will be Floyd Mayweather said that Tank Davis will be giving Ryan Garcia no advantages over him in this fight. You know what I mean? He said when they come to fight, it's going to be on the even playing field. So if Ryan Garcia really wants to fight, he been saying he really wants to fight, the fight's going to have to be at 135. You know what I mean? And I agree with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? And I think this is actually what Ryan Garcia, wanted. I believe the whole time Ryan Garcia knew that, he wasn't going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. He knew that he was going to, be at the 140-pound division. He knew that he had no plans of going back down to 135. I feel like he simply just used Tank Davis' name like he always do for promotion of the upcoming fight. You know what I mean? That he had in the back of my mind. I wanted, Gervonta Tank Davis to oblige him. I wanted Gervonta Tank Davis and this team to oblige Ryan Garcia, called his bluff and be like, you know what, okay, we'll go to 140. You know what I mean? But really, all that is not even necessary when it comes to this situation. I never believed that Ryan Garcia wanted to fight, Tank Davis. Never believed that he was interested. I always thought that it was cap. You know what I mean? The only the only reason Ryan Garcia, would even say, "Oh yeah, we'll fight," but it had to be at 140. The only reason he would even say that and put that out on the table is because he knew Gervonta Tank Davis would not be going up, to the 140-pound division. That was just another way for Ryan Garcia, to lie to us and to cap us out without feeling any remorse type deal. Can y'all do your boy a favor as you roll on in? Can y'all smash that like button for your boy, whether you here for a good time or a long time? If you could, as y'all roll on in, smash that like button for your boy. But this is not a drill. I'm going to read exactly what Floyd Mayweather had to say. In just a second, I'm going to read exactly what Floyd Mayweather had to say, verbatim. Hold on. All right. Here I come. My bad, y'all. Here I come. I'm finna roll up. We finna talk. I'm finna roll up. My bad, yo. My bad, yo. My bad, yo. What's good, D Free? What's good, D Free? But yeah, I'm about to read the article off to you. Shout out my guy D Free, TWT in the building. What's good, Pimp? Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it, Pimp. Appreciate y'all sliding through the night jump. But we ain't here talking about what Floyd Mayweather had to say to Ryan Garcia. Floyd Mayweather, answer Ryan Garcia. Floyd Mayweather answered Ryan Garcia, and he said that the fight with Tank Davis, it very well could happen, but Ryan will have to move, down to 135. So Ryan, all of a sudden, he just up and left 135. You know what I mean? After getting us all hyped and ready for a Tank Davis fight, shout out my guy D Free. Appreciate y'all sliding through this jump. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit the like button for your boy Sudden T late night today. I'm about to read, directly from the article so y'all can know that I ain't just pulling this out my ass. Someone from Gervonta Tank Davis' team finally responded Wednesday to Ryan Garcia's persistent social media campaign for the fight that Garcia wants next. Floyd Mayweather, Davis's promoter, told Fight Hype during a phone interview that Davis is willing to fight Garcia before the end of the year, but the fight absolutely will not happen at the 140-pound division. Uh, Garcia demanded that Tank Davis move up to the 140-pound division Friday after his 6th-round knockout of Javier Fortuna in Los Angeles. The main man in the sport of boxing right now, that's the one that's attached to me, Gervonta Tank Davis. This is Floyd Mayweather talking. Floyd Mayweather said that the man of the boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the only thing this kid Ryan Garcia that's the only thing that he knows is Tank. The only name that he knows is Tank. Oh, I want to fight Tank. Oh, I don't care. It's the biggest fight. Okay, you want to fight Tank? You know, in boxing we make sacrifices. So we know Tank's fights at 135. So if you really want to fight Tank at 135. We can make it happen before the end of the year. That's Floyd Mayweather, saying out his own mouth. You know what I mean? Garcia weighed in at the 140-pound contracted limit in his win over Fortuna. You know what I mean? The 23-year-old Garcia declared after he defeated Fortuna that he is finished fighting at the lightweight limit. But Mayweather informed him that he'll have to make sacrifices if he wants this lucrative showdown with Davis. The 27-year-old Davis, a Baltimore native, stopped Mario Barrios at the 140-pound division a year ago in Atlanta. But his previous 2 fights after that were contested at the 135-pound division. Shout out my guy Yoda Wise. Appreciate you sliding through this, Yoda Wise. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it. We in this thing shooting shit, talking this good boxing, talking about what Floyd Mayweather had to say. We here for a good and a long time. I'm about to roll up a blunt one time. We about to talk about, this situation. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in on the night shift. I'm at 4 likes. It's the night shift. Y'all just get your boy to 10 likes. We'll be all good. Greatly appreciate it. He said you fought at 35, so why can't you fight at 35 again? Asked Floyd Mayweather, who apparently was unaware that Garcia Fortuna was contested at the 140-pound division. He's young. I could see if he was a lot older. He's not in his 30s. When you get older, guys get older and their weight settles in. And then you be like, okay, I can't make the weight no more. Let's move up. But he's young. We have to make sacrifices. If it's certain things that you want in the sport of boxing, like Ryan Garcia really wants this Tank fight. So if you really want this Tank fight, you have to sacrifice. We have to make sacrifices. Even though I know I wasn't a 154-pounder, I knew that I wasn't a junior middleweight, but I knew that there were certain sacrifices I would have to make. Oscar De La Hoya chose the gloves. Oscar De La Hoya chose the judges. He chose everything. The weight class, he chose everything. I knew I was a better fighter. I felt I was a better fighter, and I showed y'all I was a better fighter. So guess what I did? I made sacrifices. So if you feel like you could beat Tank Ryan, you feel like you're the better fighter, then guess what, Ryan? You got to make sacrifices. You just fought at 135. What we going to fight in 90 days? We can fight in 90 days if he want to, whatever he want to do. They're going to get smoked. De La Hoya, a fellow Hall of Fame member, Mayweather beat by split decision in 2027, has an exclusive content agreement with DAZN, which competes with Showtime, with the Mayweather promotional company. Mayweather still sees no reason that their competing companies can't come to an agreement to make one of the most marketable bouts in boxing. You know what I mean? So Floyd Mayweather said that he's open to doing business, with DAZN and Eddie Hearn to make this fight happen. He said, yeah, I just saw this on BB. Yeah, literally, bro, when I had posted my junk. I literally posted my live stream about to come on, and Blue Blood posted the fucking video, like right when I posted the goddamn live stream. Like he posted his video already done when I posted, myself to go live. When I post myself to go live, I put that junk up like 30 minutes or an hour early. But I put that junk up, and then I come back to the screen. I see Blue Blood drop the video 6 minutes ago. I said, man, let me start my shit. Yeah, I seen Blue Blood was on it. I seen he was on it. He said that fight would not be difficult to make. Mayweather said, we don't have a problem. This is what we're going to do, okay? Now we're going to turn down a lot of things, but we ain't going to turn down no money. We turn down our college, but we ain't going to turn down no money. So with that being said, we all done said some foolish things in our life, but you know what? We ain't no damn fools. So now I'm letting Oscar know this. Oscar, we can make this fight happen. The fight got to be at 135. Even though I was fighting at 47, Oscar said, Floyd, you got to come to 54. Now he made me sacrifice. Remember this. He made me sacrifice for Manny Pacquiao, but he didn't want to make the sacrifice. He made a sacrifice for Manny Pacquiao, but he didn't want to make a sacrifice for me because he felt like he was going to have an edge over me with the size. I was never a 154 pounder. That's Floyd Mayweather saying that he moved up to 154. You know what I mean? In order to get that Oscar De La Hoya fight. He said, I was a 130 pounder, beating guys at 47, 54, whatever the weight is. I was always a 130 pounder that was able. Actually, I was a 126 pounder that was able to dominate all through the sport of boxing. So for many years, so that is what it is. I don't care. We can make this fight happen. You're hearing it first on Fight Hype. 135 is the weight class. Now you got to do an interview with Fight Hype. Once you do an interview with Fight Hype, then we'll sit down and talk face to face. You got to give Fight Hype an interview though. That's that's part of my negotiations because one thing, of course, Tank is the A side. Ryan hasn't won the title yet because we can't talk about no little interim belt. We don't talk about little interim belts. They don't count. And we don't take nothing away from that guy Fortuna, but he was just an opponent. I got to have Tank in the best shape of his life. And we hit that. When we hit that boy, he ain't going to wake up until next year. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. This shit's popping. I'm just shit talking. All jokes aside, we can make the fight happen, though. Truthfully speaking, we can make the fight happen. But this fight got to happen at 135. Sacrifices, make the sacrifices, and the fight can happen. You know what I mean? So Floyd Mayweather is all on board, you know what I mean, for making this fight happen. But of course, you know what I mean, Ryan Garcia probably more than likely isn't, going to be down. Ryan Garcia more than likely probably isn't going to be down for doing that, which is why I think that he said move the fight to 140 anyway. I think Ryan Garcia, was never planning to fight Tank. I think he was always planning, to skedaddle his way. You know what I mean? Away from this fight. If y'all just coming in right now, y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button, whether you're here for a good or a long time. The support is free. Can you do your boy a favor? Just let YouTube know that your boy live right now. Let YouTube know that you over here watching your boy. Let YouTube know that I'm doing a good job right now. Yeah, all I need y'all to do is smash that like button for your boy. All I need y'all to do is smash that like button for your boy. And just let YouTube know that you over here kicking it with Southern T. But Floyd Mayweather has came out. He said that this fight, very well can happen. But I'm at the point with this. I'm at the point with Ryan that I don't believe, I never believed Ryan was about to fight Tank. I don't believe nothing that Ryan says. I actually I'm ready to throw today. This is going to be the last video that I make about Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight. This will be the last time, I give Ryan, any airplay, especially when it's pertaining or dealing with Gervonta Tank Davis, because I figured it out. This man is just never, going to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I knew that. I just knew, like, I didn't get too excited, about him doing all this capping and shit, that he was doing in this post fight with Fortuna, saying that, oh, yeah, this fight with Tank's next, this fight with Tank next, I'm going to make this fight. I never got over enthused about it because Ryan Garcia is a guy, that I know, he likes to run his mouth. And I've let Ryan trick me, one too many times. And I already let Ryan, come in and trick me one too many times. You know what I mean? I don't think this fight between Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is going to happen. I personally been saying for a minute, more than likely, Tank Davis is going to fight Michelle Rivera next. A lot of people are hoping that Tank Davis can fight Ryan next, but I'm telling you, Ryan Garcia literally just, uses Tank names to build up his fight. And after his previous fight is finished, all the Tank Davis talk stops like it normally does, you know what I mean? So I can expect, Floyd Mayweather just answered the bell. I can expect Ryan Garcia to come back and say something like, oh, well, I told you he's scared. He got to fight. I told him he got to fight at 140. If he want to fight me, he got to go to 140. Look, see, they don't want to fight. They want to stay at 135. You know what I mean? I disagree with you there, my guy. Shout out my guy, Lewis. Shout out to my guy, Louise. Louise, appreciate you starting through this, young Louise. Can you do your boy a favor, Louise? Can you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, Louise? I don't know if this your first time, Louise, but if you could, not make it your last time. If you could, my brother, could you go out, smash that thumbs up and then come back in and we could continue this conversation. But brother Louise, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. You said Tank and Ryan are using each other for clout. I believe that Ryan Garcia is using Tank Davis for clout. You know what I mean? Tank Davis isn't talking about Ryan Garcia in every single interview. You know what I mean? Tank Davis has stated not too long ago that he's tired of these people using his name and calling his name. He said everybody always got my damn name in their mouth. You know what I mean? Louise, I can agree with you that one person in this situation is using the other for clout, but I most definitely don't think that it's Tank Davis. I think Ryan Garcia likes to attach his name to Tank. You know what I mean? Because it's the cool and popular thing to do. I really feel like that if given the opportunity, Tank Davis would take this fight. I feel like Ryan Garcia, don't really want this fight. I feel like he's pump faking us that if he wants this fight, he wants to, keep up the beef between him and Tank Davis. But I don't think he's truly sold, on making this fight happen. You know what I mean? In particular. I think that's the only reason. I think that's the only way, you would say, in weeks in month leading up to your fight that you would do anything, to fight Tank Davis, that you ready to fight Tank Davis. But when the fight come and after your fight over with, it's right back to, oh, well, he got to move up to fight me. I thought that you wanted to fight Tank at the end of the year, right? And kind of like Floyd Mayweather was saying, in his interview with Fight Hype, I don't think Tank would take the fight either. Again, Louise, shout out my guy Louise. Louise, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one because Louise, was you around? Was you around when Ryan Garcia went on hot boxing with Mike Tyson, right? And I don't have to guess about this one. I know, you know what I mean, because I saw the situation before, right? Do you remember when Tank Davis and do you remember Ryan Garcia was on hot boxing with Mike Tyson? Shout out my guy Louise. And if y'all just getting in here right now, can y'all do your boy a favor? Can y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in? Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, can you do your boy a favor and smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in? But I remember Ryan Garcia was on hot boxing with Mike Tyson, right? And Ryan Garcia said that he wanted to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. And Mike Tyson called Tank, right? And Gervonta Tank Davis agreed to a fight with Ryan Garcia, right there on the spot. He did it on the live show. You know what I mean? He agreed to a fight with Ryan Garcia. So when given a chance, you know what I mean, Tank Davis did indeed agree to a fight with Ryan Garcia. He agreed to a fight with him. Ryan Garcia said, I'm the A side, right? Tank Davis said, I don't care about none of that. You could be the A side. You know what I mean? I just want to make the fight happen. So Tank Davis actually did already agree, you know what I mean, to a fight with Ryan Garcia. And then Ryan Garcia pulled out because he said he was about to have a fight with Manny Pacquiao, which turned out not to be true. Louise said Tank last 5 opponent is what gives me that impression, bro. Okay, Louise. To answer my guy, Louise, you said Tank's last 5 opponents, right? Who are Tank's last 5 opponent, right? Let's name Tank's last 5 opponent, and then let's go through, the ranking system. So I'm about to bring up Tank Davis box rec, and we're about to bring up Ryan Garcia's box rec. You know what I mean? So let's break it down. Let's really get into it because that's what we do over here on Southern T, right? So we about to get into it. Now you said his last 5 opponents tell you that, but I just wanted to see if y'all remember, the hot boxing with Mike Tyson interview where Tank Davis actually did agree to a fight with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia, ended up pulling out. But now my guy Luis said Tank Davis' last 5 opponents. So let's look at both of these guys' last 5 opponents, and let's see exactly who was ranked where. You know what I mean? PGH Big Dog was good. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Glad you can make it. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, if y'all could do your boy a favor and smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Greatly appreciate y'all coming through the late night tea. We in this thing talking this boxing. Ryan Garcia, put out he issued a challenge for Gervonta Tank Davis at 140. Floyd Mayweather, he came back and he answered the challenge. He said, their fight very well can happen, but the fight is going to have to take place at the 135-pound division where both guys have spent most of their careers. You know what I mean? But he said based off the opponents, right? He said he feel like that Tank and Ryan Garcia are using each other to clap chase. And what I'm saying is, Tank Davis doesn't mention Ryan Garcia name. You know what I mean? Is Ryan Garcia that's mentioning Tank name. You know what I mean? Most of the time before his fights. And I'm noticing the pattern. It's like every time Tank Davis has a fight or Ryan Garcia has a fight, you know what I mean? That's when Tank Davis and that's when Ryan Garcia is, pushing the issue, on the Tank Davis fight and, claiming that he wants to fight. So let's look at the last 5 opponents. Rolly Romero, Isaac Cruz, Mario Barrios, Leo Santa Cruz, and Yuriokis Gamboa. So that's Tank's last 5 opponents. Now we're about to check out Ryan Garcia's last 5 opponents. My guy Luis told me that Tank's last 5 opponents is the reason that he thinks Tank Davis wouldn't fight Ryan Garcia. So I'm about to bring up, both their last 5 opponents on the screen, and we go really get into it over here. You know what I mean, on Southern T. Y'all do your boy a favor, whether y'all here for a good time or a long time. If y'all rolling in, if y'all could do your boy a favor, just smash that like button. It's free. You know what I mean? I only, it's free support. I ask that y'all keep up. I ask that y'all, y'all keep up the algorithms. Let YouTube know that you're over here. Let them know that I'm live right now. Let them know that I'm doing a good job. Greatly appreciate y'all sliding through this junk. He said, just Tank don't fight. He said, just Tank don't fight quality opponents. I'm about to bring up the screen. We about to look at both their box rigs right now, my guy. We about to check out both guys' box rig because that's what we do over here on Southern T. Shout out my guy Louise. Now don't clap him. Don't clap him. Don't clap him. Don't clap him, Crush. Don't clap him, Crush. We about to get into it, right? So Tank's last 5 opponents. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and Rolly Romero. So let's check it out. So this is Tank's last 5 right here. This is Tank's last 5. And this is Ryan Garcia's last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Romero Duno, Romero Duno versus Yuriokis Gamboa. So who's the better opponent between Yuriokis Gamboa and Duno? We're going 5 for 5 with each opponent, right? So we're going the last 5 fights. My guy Luis said the reason that he feel like he feel like Tank and Ryan are clap chasing each other. And I said that I don't feel like Ryan will fight Tank. And my guy Luis said he don't feel like Tank will fight Ryan. I asked him, why he feel that way. He said because of Tank's last 5 opponents, and he said Tank don't fight quality opponents. You know what I mean? So we running down the last 5 opponents. 5 for 5 is Yuriokis Gamboa versus Romero Duno. You know what I mean? So first, Gamboa, is a lot better. Gamboa is a lot better than, Duno, right? So let's go up. Francisco Fonseca, right? Francisco Fonseca versus Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz is much better than Francisco Fonseca, right? So let's move up again. Mario Barrios and Luke Campbell. You know what I mean? So let's just say that Luke Campbell is better than Mario Barrios, right? So let's give Ryan Garcia that one, right? And Isaac Cruz and Emmanuel Tago. We all know Isaac Cruz is better than Emmanuel Tago. And then we got Javier Fortuna and Rolly Romero. And, we just go call that thing right there about even. You know what I mean? So if we go on opponent for opponent, right? Last five opponents for last five opponents, Tank Davis has been fighting the higher ranked guys, you know what I mean, in the last five. Literally like in the last five type deal. You know what I mean? So for us, for us to say, for us to feel like, Tank Davis won't fight him is one thing, but for us to feel like Tank Davis won't fight him because he don't fight quality opponents, well, Ryan Garcia don't fight quality opponents either. You know what I mean? And Ryan Garcia fight worse opponents than Tank Davis. I could almost argue that, you know, and then I didn't even like go to Pedraza, you know what I mean? I didn't even use the whole resume. Luis said Leo Santa Cruz got moved up to fight Tank. Javier Fortuna got moved up to fight Ryan Garcia in his last fight. Emmanuel Tago got moved up to fight Ryan Garcia in his last fight. Luke Campbell came from the 126-pound division. You know, people moving up in boxing is normal. You know what I mean? I don't knock a guy for, moving up or moving down. I don't knock a guy for fighting a guy that moved up, or that moved down. If we've been real about it, most of the guys, move up and down. Be real with you. He said no in weight. I'm saying, yeah, I know. He moved up in weight. I know. Javier Fortuna moved up in weight to fight Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? Luke Campbell moved up in weight, to fight Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? Emmanuel Tago moved up in weight to fight Garcia. Tank Davis moved up in weight to fight Mario Barrios. You know what I mean? Tank moved up in weight to fight Mario Barrios. That's part of boxing. Tank did it. He moved up. I mean, so if you're going to take away credit from Leo, so are you going to add credit to Tank beating Mario Barrios? You just said Mario Barrios wasn't quality, and Leo Santa Cruz is better than anybody that Ryan Garcia faced. He said, "You got me wide awake now. You got me wide awake. No sleep now." Yo, we up here doing the thing. Shout out to my guy Just Do, Miss Just Do. Appreciate you sliding through this junk. Shout out my guy. She talking about drop the link. She talking about drop the link. Shout out my guy. Shout out my girl Miss Do sliding through this junk. Appreciate you sliding through. Just Do, my brother Just Do. Appreciate you sliding through. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button for your boy when you roll on in. He like, you don't sleep. I get a little sleep. I'm in the mood to talk this boxing. I see this. I seen this. I seen this thing Floyd Mayweather had to say. I just had to come out here and get my 2 cents on it because I knew this was coming and I wanted to speak on it like late night before everybody woke up because I don't want to waste y'all time with this topic, throughout the day. He said, I don't dislike Tank, but Tank is 27 and Ryan is 23. I get it. Like, I'm not really sure. He said, what's good, bro? Cook, why you up? I'm just up, bro. I'm just up. Luis said, I don't dislike Tank, but Tank is 27, Ryan is 23. Yeah, I'm not really sure what they age got to do with what we talking about. You know what I mean? Right now, not really sure what they age got to do with what we talking about. Type deal. But what I'm saying is that they moving Tank like a prospect. Tank fought Pedraza when he was 23 years old. I think Tank was 23 years old when he fought Pedraza. Pedraza was ranked number 12 in the pound for pound, and Pedraza was the number 1 ranked 130 pounder, if I'm not mistaken, at the time that Tank Davis fought him. So Tank Davis fought Pedraza when he was a French pound for pound guy, and he was the best guy at 130 pounds. They said they're moving Tank. I mean, I hear a lot of like, you saying a lot of stuff, but it's not really correlating, you know what I mean, to the topic. Like, you saying a lot of stuff. Now, bringing up their age, you say he moving him like a prospect. But really, where this thing came from was Ryan Garcia clout chasing Tank Davis. You know what I mean? I don't care what they did in the past. I'm simply talking about what they doing now and how Ryan Garcia just told us that he will be looking, he said, why we ain't getting a damn notification that you was there? I'm about to write YouTube a letter. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with that, but I appreciate y'all sliding through this junk. For real. Can y'all do your boy a favor if you slide on in, whether you're here for a good time or a long time? If y'all could smash that like button for your boy, greatly appreciate it. If y'all could just smash that like button for your boy, would greatly appreciate it. He said how they move and tank like a prospect, and he fought a 3-time champ. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I don't even care about, that pass or nothing like that. He's I'm driving, bro. I would explain, but it's all good. It's all good, Luis. Appreciate you sliding through this, young Luis. We just in here having a boxing conversation. You know what I mean, and then some people go agree with you, some people ain't. You know what I mean, but as long as we keep it respectful, bro. We can keep it respectful. I could disagree with you, and we could still have a conversation. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shout out my guy Dominic. Appreciate you sliding through this, John Dominic. Can y'all do your boy a favor, man? If y'all just rolling in, whether y'all here for a good time or a long time, if y'all could smash that like button for your boy, greatly appreciate it. Dominic said you be grinding. We appreciate that. I appreciate y'all coming through because if I start grinding and none of y'all show up, then I'm grinding for no reason. You know what I mean? This is our show. I grind. You know what I mean? I grind for y'all, you know what I mean? Type shit, I grind for y'all. I grind because I love the sport. You know what I mean? I grind because y'all come every day. Greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate you. But yeah, so I guess now we at the point where calling Ryan Garcia, you know what I mean, a clout chaser or a duck at this point, it's starting to get old. And I don't think he really care. You know what I mean? I think he really, doing this on purpose. Kind of like, how we got here, with me and Louise, how we got into this in the first place. I think he been clout chasing on purpose. You know what I mean? I don't ever think he plans to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I just think, it's something to do to help promote his fights, while he promote his fights. Because it's like every time he's about to have a fight, you know what I mean? He started, naming Tank Davis. Oh, I'm going to fight Tank Davis next. It's going to be me and Tank next. Or is he like right after a fight? And most definitely before a fight, you know what I mean? He's promoting, a Tank Davis fight. That's probably never going to happen, you know what I mean? He said, I really don't want to see Ryan and Tank. I don't feel like it's going to be an exciting fight. I really don't want to see it either, you know what I mean? At this point, I'm past it. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm past it type deal. I'm really past it. At this point, I'm past Ryan Garcia. I'm past all the antics. Little dude, little dude done tore his draws with me, man. I'm just be real with you. Ryan Garcia didn't tore his draws with me. You know what I mean? But Floyd Mayweather said that this thing right here very well could happen. He said it very well could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. Mainly, I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think Ryan Garcia is going to take the fight. You know what I mean? I don't think Ryan Garcia is going to take the fight. I didn't believe Ryan Garcia, was going to fight Tank Davis anyway. You know what I mean? But maybe I had a slither of hope. You know what I mean? Maybe I had a slither of hope, right? But as soon as Ryan Garcia, as soon as Ryan Garcia's fight ended, right? And that man said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fight Tank Davis, but the fight gonna have to be at 140." As soon as he said that, I knew he was blowing smoke. I knew he was blowing smoke from the beginning. But as soon as he said that, that just confirmed to me, that he was blowing the smoke. He said, "Floyd, right though. Ryan Young, he can make 135 if he really want to." Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. He could. Hold on. Let me get back in the chat. He said, "Who should Tank fight in your opinion?" Tank should fight Michelle Rivera. Tank should fight Michelle Rivera next. Michelle Rivera is ranked number 1 in the WBA, where Tank Davis is the WBA regular champ at 135 pound division. If Tank Davis wants to keep his mandatory slot for Devin Haney's WBA championship, Michelle Rivera is going to be the guy that Tank Davis has to fight, in order to keep his status. Michelle Rivera is the mandatory for Tank Davis's regular WBA championship. So more than likely, the next fight for Tank Davis is going to be Michelle Rivera for the WBA crown. You know what I mean? He said, "Man, Ryan is a cultural vulture, needs to get the F out of boxing towards our Russ ass. Shout out to my guy Chris. Can y'all do your boy a favor? Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, can y'all smash that like button? We're here having this boxing conversation today about what Floyd Mayweather had to say. He said the fight with Ryan Garcia very well could happen at the end of this year. It's a possibility. And if they really want to make it happen, that Ryan Garcia is going to have to, stay at 135 instead of moving up to 140 like he has been competing at in his last two fights. You know what I mean? He said Floyd right there, Ryan, he can make 135. Yeah, them facts. And plus, he the B-side. He said it won't happen. Garcia won't fight any tough competition. There are dogs at 140. Right. There's dogs at 135. It's like, when 135, got a little tough. Ryan Garcia, got out. Right when it got tough, Ryan Garcia got out. You know what I mean? Right when 135 got a little tough, Ryan Garcia, he got up and got out. You know what I mean? Who calls a guy out, right? Who calls a guy out? Who calls a guy out strong for 3 weeks straight, right? And then after the fight say, yeah, you can fight me, but I'm moving out your division. You know what I mean? It was never going to be a fight, and I knew that. You know what I mean? I don't even know why I even let myself halfway believe that. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia, literally all Ryan Garcia did was, he bought himself some time. He bought himself more time. 135 was getting kind of crowded. 135 was getting packed. Ryan Garcia said, you know what, yeah, it's time for me to move up to 140. So now he could be at 140. And really, he's at 140 bringing up guys who used to be at 135 anyway. You know what I mean? If Ryan Garcia is really going to, if Ryan Garcia was really going to, if Ryan Garcia is really going to fight Tank Davis, then it's going to be at 135. Ryan Garcia only brought up this 140 situation. He only went up to 140 to give himself an out. You know what I mean? Type deal. But if you asking me, I believe Tank Davis should fight Michelle Rivera next because that's more than likely what's going to happen. That will make more sense since Tank Davis is on the WBO route. He is in the WBA ranking system sanctioned body. So I think, Michelle Rivera is more than likely going to be the fight coming up for Gervonta Tank Davis in his next out. I feel like this thing with Ryan Garcia was dead before it started. I feel like this fight with Ryan Garcia been dead ever since hot boxing with Mike Tyson. This gonna be my last Southern tea on Ryan Garcia unless Ryan Garcia is talking about actually fighting Tank, unless he's talking about coming to make negotiations, which Floyd Mayweather offered. He opened the table, he opened the door to negotiations. He said if Ryan Garcia really wants this fight, Ryan Garcia must tell Fight Hype that he's willing to go to 135, and after they tell Fight Hype they're willing to go to 135. You know what I mean? They can begin the next phase of the negotiations. I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember, and I'm gonna tell you why we here. Since I'm never talking about Ryan Garcia again, because I remember shit over here on Southern T. People can't just say shit over here on Southern T because we go remember shit over here, right? Y'all remember Ryan Garcia told us, and he told the press, and he told the world. Y'all remember Ryan Garcia told us, and he told the press, and he told the world that him and Tank Davis should negotiate their contract. They should negotiate their contract publicly in the public so that nobody can duck them. So that nobody can duck, so the world can see who really ducked negotiations. So this is phase one of what Ryan Garcia was saying back then when he was just capping. Do anybody remember Ryan Garcia saying, Crush said, his sweet and low ass ain't fought nothing at 135. Fuck you think he can do at 140? It's nothing but bullies up there. You know what I mean? let's talk about it real quick. Do anybody remember, when Ryan Garcia said that foo-foo ass shit when he was like, me and Tank Davis can negotiate in the public? I think what Floyd Mayweather is doing right now, Floyd Mayweather is calling his bluff. I think what Floyd Mayweather is doing right now, okay, boom. Now it's starting to click to me. It's starting to click to me because Ryan Garcia said that let's negotiate in the public thing. Floyd Mayweather really just opened up the public negotiations. So now we're about to see what Ryan Garcia really finna do. Negotiations really have already started when you get down to it. And the first negotiation of this fight right now is 135 and 140 pounds. So we're about to see. So we're about to see right now. You know what I mean? If Ryan Garcia really do want this fight, now it's making sense. That's why Floyd Mayweather said when I had to fight Oscar De La Hoya, I had to make sacrifices. I had to move up. And I think he was using Oscar De La Hoya because Oscar De La Hoya is Ryan Garcia's manager. So not only is he talking to Ryan, he talking to Oscar as well. He basically said, Oscar, remember you made me move up to a division I didn't want to. So if your fighter want this fight, he got to move down to this division. And he was like, I made the sacrifice to get a fight that I wanted with Oscar. So you got to make a sacrifice as well. So negotiations has started. This is phase one of the public negotiation. You know what I mean? So if Ryan Garcia comes out and he says no fight at 135, then it's just Ryan Garcia again. Not like that not that he care. No, not that he care. Not that he care, you know what I'm saying, or nothing like that. But if Ryan Garcia say that he'll only fight this fight at 140, that's just him not being open to negotiations. That's him not being open to negotiations, and that's him, turning down a public negotiation in which that he put on the table. You know what I mean? Appreciate you sliding through this young chat. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it back. Appreciate you sliding through this young poo poo. You know what I mean? So public negotiation, that's what Floyd Mayweather just did. You know what I mean? Now, and again, listening to this video, it'll really sound like that. I'm expecting Ryan Garcia. I'm expecting Ryan Garcia, to do right in these quote unquote negotiations, but I truthfully am not expecting that at all. I'm expecting him not to fight. I'm expecting him not to fight at all because I don't believe that he ever really truly wanted to fight. You know what I mean? To begin with, I don't think he ever wanted to truly fight to begin with. Lewis said Tank already looked decent at 140, so why not at 140? Because Tank fights at 135. Tank don't fight at 140. After Tank last fight at 140, he said that I'm not fighting at 140. I'll be fighting at 135. You know what I mean? The A side in this is Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Type deal. When you got Ryan Garcia who's consistently calling out Tank Davis, that means Ryan Garcia is the one that wants this fight, right? You got Floyd Mayweather, who was Tank Davis promoter, saying, okay, bet we could. Tank Davis' side is the one that's making this fight. Tank Davis is the A side. Tank Davis would, so you want Tank Davis to move up in this fight, and you want, his side of the function to put on the fight. If you're going to be the B side, if Tank Davis has to move to your division, that means you're going to have to put the fight on. You know what I mean, Luis? But if you want the fight, Ryan, what you keep saying, you kept telling us you want the fight. They're telling you could get the fight. You just got to go to 140. That's what Floyd was saying when Oscar that Diaz was good. Diaz, appreciate you sliding through this, John Diaz. Glad you can make it. When Oscar De La Hoya was, fighting Floyd Mayweather had to go to the 154-pound division. Floyd Mayweather told you, I had never fought at 154 pounds before Oscar. Oscar wanted me to come up to 154 because he thought at 154, he would have a size advantage. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather said, in this situation, Tank Davis will be A side. So Ryan Garcia will have to come up to where Tank Davis is at. You know what I mean? Which I agree. You had Ryan Garcia was good, yes. You had Ryan Garcia, right? Who's been at least saying, you know what I mean, when it was time to do, he didn't necessarily do the first time, on that hot boxing with Mike Tyson situation. He ain't necessarily do the first time, but he has been saying, for a minute that he want this Tank Davis fight, right? So you're free of schedule, Tank Davis free of schedule. You know what I mean? You really got a chance to get it. You know what I mean? You really got a chance to get the fight with Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Now would be the perfect time. Ain't like you never fought at 135 pounds before. Floyd was saying, I had never fought at 154 pounds before. You fought at 135 before. You still young. It's not going to be a problem, for you to get down to 135. In comparison, he only been there 142 fights. He was at 139, you know what I mean, his last fight. Everybody was saying, Tank is the one with the weight problems and stuff. Tank is the weight bully. Tank the one that can't make weight. You know what I mean? I remember that was a thing. I guess nobody ain't saying that no more. Nobody ain't saying that no more. You know what I mean? Now the thing is, right, well, Tank Davis Tank Davis could move up to fight around. He fought at 140 before. I mean, yeah, true. Ryan Garcia fought at 135 before. Ryan Garcia fought at 135 more times than Tank fought at 140. You know what I mean? Tierra Du said, Mrs. Rucker, peace. Oh, okay, my bad. Let me get out y'all business. He said, I believe they both overhyped at the moment. I don't believe Tank Davis is overhyped at all. I agree with you, Louise, but where we separated is you keep lumping up Tank Davis with Ryan Garcia when that's not the case. They not one of the same. You know what I mean? They not one of the same. I don't think that Tank Davis is overhyped. I believe Tank Davis is proven. His resume does say that. If you look at the guys ranked, the former champions, and now that the former multi-divisional champions, the guys ranking when Tank fought him, you know what I mean? Eastside Cruz is ranked at 135. Fortuna wasn't ranked at 135. You know what I mean? Type deal. When you look at the actual opponents, Ryan Garcia is overhyped. Ryan Garcia is overhyped, because he got a lot of fame and he ain't even been a real champion yet before. He hasn't been a champion in any division yet. You know what I mean? Tank Davis was a champion at 130 when he was 23 years old, and he beat, the top guy in the division in Pedraza, and a top 15 pound for pound guy in Pedraza. You know what I mean? I don't think Tank is overhyped. I think Tank praise is well deserved. You know what I mean? The thing that Tank get a lot of hype about, ain't necessarily his ranking in the boxing world. The thing Tank get a lot of hype about is how he sell tickets. That's where the hype come from with Tank. That's that's the thing, about with Tank. That's where his hype comes from, what he do outside. That's more so what people overhype Tank about, type deal. But inside of the ring, he deserved the praise he get. I feel what you're saying. Ryan Garcia is using Tank name for clout. Ryan Garcia is overhyped. And this ain't no Ryan Garcia hate video. You know what I mean? This is just me keeping it real. You know what I mean? I love boxing first, and then I love my boxers. You know what I mean? Because the boxers will leave. Boxing always will be here. If a guy moving funny, I gotta point it out that he's moving funny. Never said Ryan wasn't talented, because I do think Ryan is hella talented. I do think he got a lot of potential. I think he's extremely talented. But right now, he hasn't done anything to be given, all the love, what I'm saying, that he's been getting. You know what I mean? He said, how many pay-per-views he said with Rolling? I'm not sure. He said, man, glad I'm not lying. He said, Tank is not overhyped. Come on, son. How many pay-per-views he said with Rolling? I'm not really sure exactly how many, he sold with Rolling. Tydeal, that I can't speak on the exact number, but what I can speak on is that him and Rolling, sold out their building. I can tell you that. What I can speak on is Tank Davis has had multiple pay-per-views, you know what I mean? I know you don't continue to get pay-per-views if you don't do good. You know what I mean? The Charlos did a pay-per-view, you know what I mean, and they don't now. AB did hella pay-per-views, right? But he don't now. Tank Davis is continuously getting these pay-per-views, so he's doing something right. I can't really speak on the pay-per-view numbers, but I can speak on is him putting butts in those seats. You know what I mean? And that is what Tank does. I do know this: if he was doing bad, the powers that be wouldn't keep loading him up, with these pay-per-views. That I do know for a fact. I also do know, Louise, that Ryan Garcia has never done a pay-per-view, never been put on a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? So I do know that probably if he's never done one or been put on one, it's probably because they don't believe that he could generate the backing for a pay per view just yet. But I do know this: if Ryan Garcia is to fight Tank Davis, I do know that will be Ryan Garcia's very first pay per view. You know what I mean? I know if Ryan Garcia fight Tank Davis on pay per view, it won't be Tank's first pay per view. It'll be his what third or fourth pay per view in a row. You know what I mean, type deal. So I feel like when it comes to that aspect of it, that speaks for itself. That these A-sides in boxing, like it's not hard, to figure out. It's really like plain and simple who puts the most butts in the seats, and that's something that we can track. We can track, Tank putting those butts in the seat. You know what I mean, type deal. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna necessarily say that Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia is a fight that I want to see, because true enough, I don't think this fight is going to be ultra competitive like that. I think this fight is more so for entertainment value for us. I think this is more so entertaining to the people, more so, than it's going to be a competitive fight between Tank and Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? He said, "Go look it up. What's wrong with you, Yoda, man?" He said, "For sure, they are making good money from Tank." Yeah. He said, "I think it will do at least 500K pay per view." I'm not even sure. I don't know. Something like that. I'm not even sure if it'll do 500K though, but I know it'll do pretty good with the climate that we in. Ryan Garcia and Tank, those are two people I know that you could put together, and you'll get your money's worth. I know that much. You'll get your money's worth out of that type deal, given with where they at, because Tank already doing the pay per views. Ryan never did a pay per view, but Ryan got a nice social media following. You know what I mean? So that'll give us a chance to see, how they really translate, on pay per views as well. We get a chance to see how that translate on pay per view as well. But I do know what the what the rumor number for Tank Davis pay per view is to be, and that's about 200,000. Tank pay per views do anywhere from about 200 to 250. You know what I mean? Thousand on average. You could book you could book Tank for about close to 200,000 pay per views. And some change or something like that. There are only a certain number of people who get pay per views on the regular, and Tank Davis is one of those people. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, Errol Spence, and Tank Davis. You know what I mean? That's not me making it up. That is what it is. On the regular. People who continuously get pay per views. It's only a handful of them, and Tank Davis happens to be one of them. So that means something. That means he doing something right, because they ain't gonna keep backing you if you ain't bringing in some kind of money off the pay per views. You know what I mean? And I think more so now is looked at different. Now more so a pay per view star or having pay per view success is viewed a lot differently from how it used to be viewed. Back then. Back and really, I want to kind of debunk that, which what which I'm gonna do one day. I want to debunk that back in the day, people just sold pay per views like that, because if you go check all the pay per view records and everything, Floyd Mayweather's name is all over. You know what I mean? The pay per view records. Floyd Mayweather name is all over there. So that means pretty much we seen, the biggest grossing pay-per-views, with our own eyes. Most of them happen now. Floyd name is like on 7 of the top 10, highest selling pay-per-views, right? So majority of the biggest grossing pay-per-views, we seen them. You know what I mean? And that's about, 1.1 million, 1.2 million, 1.7 million, shit like that. But not a lot of people are hitting over a million pay-per-views. I don't Canelo Alvarez has never hit over a million pay-per-views. You know what I mean? Never hit me. I think did Canelo did his most pay-per-views with Floyd Mayweather. And I think they did close to a million. You know what I mean? Most people not hitting over a million pay-per-views type deal. You know what I mean? So for us to set the bar at a million, like in the old days, everybody was just doing a million. That's not true at all. You know what I mean? Oscar De La Hoya, them was doing about on average. Now Oscar did over a million before, but on average, Oscar them was doing about like 600, 700, 800,000 pay per views. Just like Canelo would do nowadays, 600, 700, 800,000. Pay per views. Lately, Canelo ain't been doing this well either. You know what I mean? But that's always been pretty much a good benchmark. Six, seven, 800,000 pay per views. Always, you start breaking records when you get to, you know, millions and 900,000s and shit like that. Those breaking records. But I want to debunk the fact that yeah, boxing has took a hit. The pay per view stars, don't sell 600,000, 700,000, 800,000 no more. Now a pay per view star would probably sell, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000. That's more so the bar now. But we can't act like, the bar went from 1 million to 200,000 because the bar was never really 1 million. You know what I mean? That was the high end doing 1 million. The bar always been about 600,000, 700,000. You know what I mean? Something like that. So yeah, boxing has lost value, maybe like 50%, lost 50% value. You know what I mean? A pay per view star wouldn't be 600K no more; it'd be 300K. You know what I mean? But when you couple the fact that Tank Davis could hit you with 200 to 300K pay per views on top of selling out a house, that's what makes him a pay per view star. When you top of the fact that Errol Spence could sell, 300, could sell 250 to 350, pay per views on top of being able to sell out a house, that what makes him a pay per view star. That's what keep people. That's what keep Earl in. That's what keep Earl and Tank on pay per view. It's the pay per view sales coupled with the house sales. Deontay Wilder could sell you pay per views and he could fill your house. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody just, selling pay per views. You know what I mean? Type deal. And if you could pack out a house, they'll take a chance on the pay per view. They'll take your guaranteed house money that they know they go get, right? And they'll throw the pay per view, to scrape in whatever they could scrape in, which is what they do now. That's part of the game. Hey baby, I see Shakir came back. I dropped that link for y'all because I want y'all to watch my Southern T I did right before this one. Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin said that he want to run that smoke back with Sebastian Fundora. I thought that was cool. We were just talking about Erickson Lubin last night, and then he came out and then he said what he said. But yeah, so yeah, Tank Davis most definitely is a pay per view star. I'm gonna put that up there for a second. I don't know if she pulled it off. That's my guy too. That's my woman. Like that's my woman right there. Like that's my everyday woman. When y'all be seeing me do these shows, and y'all be seeing that little light skin, and y'all be seeing the little light skinned devil lady walk through my screens and shit. Y'all be seeing the little light skinned devil lady walk through my screens. That's the light skinned devil lady right there. That y'all be seeing. That's my little light skinned devil lady. He said, "You think Fundora would do it? Crush, I tell you this. I dropped some damn ice out my mouth." He said, "You think Fundora?" He said, "You think Fundora will do it?" Yo, I tell you this, man. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. You know what? But we could talk about it for a second because I ain't really elaborated. I ain't really elaborate on it on that short video. Yo, I think if they do it again, I think Erickson Lubin beat Fondora. Now, true enough, I thought Erickson Lubin beat Fondora. I thought he would have beat him the first time. You know what I mean? But if they fight again, I think Lubin will beat Fondora because I think Lubin will go in there and fight different. Again, I don't think Erickson Lubin lost that fight because Fondora is a better boxer than him. I think Lubin just had the wrong game plan, you know what I mean, from the beginning. Lubin already proved to himself that he could take the punches. He proved to himself that he could stand the punishment, you know what I mean? I think that's what he wanted to prove in the first fight, and he proved it. Now he got that part out the way. Now I think he could focus on winning more so. You know what I mean? I really do think since he's been in the ring with him, I think if they fight again, I think he will hurt Fondora. I don't see Fondora being able to change his game or change his style and do nothing different. But I know Erickson Lubin could fight a different fight from what he fought last time. I don't think Fondora could fight a better or any different fight from what he fought last time. I know Erickson Lubin can, and I think Erickson Lubin know that, which is why he want another crack at it. You know what I mean? And I think he should get another crack at it. Fuck is you talking about? Erickson Lubin fought everybody at PBC, asked him to fight too. Let that get him in another crack at Fondora. Now he can wait. Now they can wait to see after what happened, you know, with Fondora and Tim Tszyu and Charlo and all that shit. They could wait after that. But get that man another crack at Fondora. He said, "Get out of my head, T." Shout out my guy, yo. You know you my co-host for a reason, man. You my co-host for a reason. You my co-host for a reason. I'm gonna have to give you the password to this junk just in case something happened to me, so you can still come in this junk. You know, run the run Southern T. It's some shit happened to me. Like you don't need me to come on for you to come on. You know, for you to be able to come in here. You know what I mean? Type shit. I gotta set you up just in case something happened to me because you never know what's you never know. You never know what's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. We never prepare for shit like that. We weren't prepared to lose Batman. You know what I mean? But I want to have a plan in place for all that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I digress. He said, wasn't he up on the cards? I think he was. I think he was. Well, he was pretty close. Well, he was pretty close. I feel like shit. If he had came out for that, I feel like if he had came out for the 11th round, he would have stopped Fondora because Fondora didn't look good. Fondora didn't look good that second. After that knockdown, he said, "Me too." Yeah, Lubin will box his head. Ass too. Yeah, Lubin will box his ass the second time right. Yeah, facts. Yeah. He said Tony Harrison would beat Sebastian Fondora from round uno to round 12. Right, stupid. Yeah, dude. You know I'm talking my shit, man. You know I'm talking my shit. You know I'm talking my shit. He want that. He want that smoke, man. He want that smoke. He said, "Light my blunt right now." Yeah, for sure, man. Light that shit up. Fire that shit up. Let's get it. Fire that shit up, man. You know we do in the morning tea. I usually don't come to this early, but I want to, give y'all, a little show this morning. Give y'all a little show this morning type deal. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this. Y'all smash that like button for you, boy. J Man was good. Appreciate you sliding through this, young J Man. Glad you can make it, pimp. Glad you can make it. TWT in the building. Shout out my guy J Man. Appreciate you sliding through. Was good. My brother from the Philippines. Appreciate you sliding through. He said, "Oh man, the Bud brothers are up now. I'm going to bed." Fire that shit up, man. Fire that shit up, y'all like them blunts. Y'all fire them blunts up. Fire them blunts up, man. Yo just said I'm smoking now too. Hey, what can I say, man? What can I say? Fire that shit up, man. Fire that shit up. Mm. The Bud brothers. Then he said, "Let's get out." I eat this blood out. I believe that I get blood. Yeah. He said, "Fucking we up that time to get lit. Fire up. Fire that shit up, man. Fire that shit up." But yeah. So Floyd Mayweather, he came out and answered Ryan Garcia. He came out and answered Ryan Garcia. So shit, I had to come in here and speak on it. I had to come in. Of course, blue blood on top of it. I'm putting my motherfucking stream up. I look back up. 10 minutes later, Blue Blood and dropped the video on the same damn thing. I'm trying to be the first one to a Blue Blood said, not so fast, young buck. Let me go and drop this thing out for you. I said, motherfucking Blue. I said, you know what? I'm making my shit a live stream now. Blue Blood, then drop the fucking video. I'm doing the live stream now. Fuck it. I said, fuck it, man. A little bit up there. You know, I'm about to head home in the field. Ryan about to head home too. But yeah, so I had to come. Had to come speak on this shit, man, because you know, this is a fight that I don't really have to see. I don't have to see Ryan versus Tank because I already know the outcome of their fight. You know what I mean? I think they fight more so for entertainment. I think they fight more so for the people. I think this fight that the people, the casual fan, you know, more so is intrigued in than the diehard boxing fans. I'm gonna say it again. And I'm not saying that because I don't think it's gonna sell. I actually do think it's gonna sell, but I'm saying I think they fight more so for the casual fan than the diehard boxing fan, because most diehard boxing fans know that Ryan Garcia truly don't stand a fucking chance against Tank Davis. It's more so his fans, his casual fans, the casual fans that believe Ryan Garcia stand a chance in hell in this fight. You know, they believe that Ryan Garcia stand a chance in hell in this fight, which he don't at all. You know what I mean? So it is more so for them. So it is more so, it is more so for them. You know what I mean? I believe because a lot of us, we don't too much care about it. A lot of us passed it because we know Tango put his ass to bed. We know Tango rock his ass to sleep, took his ass in, kissed him on the forehead, pat him on his ass. You know what I mean? We don't really got to see that shit to happen. We don't got to see that fight, you know, for that shit to happen. We don't got to see it for it to happen. We already know the outcome. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know we been this motherfucker. Yeah, you know we been this motherfucker. You know we the bud heads. Yeah, I know what's better than Bud and boxing? We B and B. We B and B and not Bud and Bomac, man. We Bud and boxing. They need to be our segment, man. Bud and boxing. We got to get up for the four-headed monster, TWT four-headed monster. We got to get us a segment, bro. The TWT, we need a segment, bro. TWT, where we all come up here, we smoke our little blunt. And then we all smoke different, right? So she just do go come up here. You know, he be smoking out the swishers. I come up here, I be smoking out the wraps. You got Crush come up here, he be smoking out the backwoods. What Five be used? I think Five used the backwoods too. We all come up here with our own kind of way. Let me put you on something, Crush. Let me put you on something, Crush, real quick. Best backwoods you will ever find. When I tell y'all, if you go smoke a backwood, these the ones to smoke. I don't even smoke backwoods, but when I do, them the joints to get, man. Them the joints. Yeah, yeah. But I'm really smoking this. Hopefully I'm smoking this Ryan Garcia pack right now, right? Hopefully I'm smoking. Hopefully I'm smoking this Ryan Garcia pack, and Ryan Garcia accept his fight and go down to 135 with Tank. You know what I mean? Hey, real talk. Do y'all? Yep. Tell him, Tara. Tell him, Tara. Tell him I much rather use a wrap. I much rather use these. But you know, when I do smoke backwoods, I use these. Now my homegirl put me on these. My old homegirl, dope lady, put me on these. I don't know if you're watching this, John Dope. Dope lady put me on these. The lady put me on them just for sure. I thank her for that. She put me on them hoes. I thank her for that. No, yeah, I could take them backwoods. Them backwoods, I could suffer. I could suffer through them. Is that banana or the stouts? Yeah, banana or the black stouts. The black stouts rough though. They rough. If I buy some, they go be banana. Them stouts rough though, but yeah. Them banana junks ain't rough at all. They has a motherfucker, but they ain't rough. They has a motherfucker, but they ain't rough. He said, now you mad because you can't roll. He said, I'm the Swisher Bros and I need my front toes too. Or I can't smoke. Yeah, see, he Swisher. I'm mango route, crushed backwood. I think 5 backwood, 2 or 5. What's 5? I don't know. I have to ask 5 when he wake up. 5 gonna be waking up soon. 5 gonna be waking up soon. He gonna be waking up soon. Hey, yeah, hopefully I'm smoking this Ryan Garcia pack though. Ryan Garcia need to take this fight at 135. I said this gonna be the last time I talk about Ryan Garcia, but really thinking about it right now, I'm gonna have to talk about Ryan Garcia at least one more time because he got to say something to this. Y'all, real talk. I got 15 people here right now. Do anybody else remember Ryan Garcia saying that he want to negotiate this Tank Davis contract in the public so that everybody can make sure, so everybody could know who ducking, so nobody could weasel out of it? Am I the only person who remember Ryan Garcia said that he wanted to negotiate this in the public so that the public can know who uh who weasel out of it if this fight don't go down? I need one person to remember that before I say what I say. I need one other person to remember that. You know, people swear T be making shit up. You know what I mean? So I just need to make sure one other person, remember that. Okay, bet. Dude said yeah. Diaz. Yep. Dominic said, okay, bet. So I knew I wasn't tripping. So bet. Okay, so I bet. So let me just highlight y'all for a second. So by default, right, can we say that Floyd Mayweather basically, with what he said, with this statement that he just made, can we basically say that Floyd Mayweather just started the open negotiations? Basically, right? Basically, Floyd Mayweather just started open negotiations, right? Because Floyd basically was saying, Floyd said a whole lot. He said, this me talking to Fight Hype. He said, Ryan, I need you to come to Fight Hype and tell Fight Hype that you will fight Tank at 135, and that's when the negotiations will begin. So they already basically then started their public negotiations. If what Ryan said is true, you know what I mean? Because he say a lot of shit. And that's why I do these videos. So I could hold these people to the shit that they be saying. So I could go back to it and be like, look, remember I talked, look, remember. That's why I hold these people to this shit, to that shit. You know what I mean? And Ryan said that. I did a Southern T.O. I just wanted to make sure that y'all remember too. Ryan said that shit. You know what I mean? So this will be negotiation step 1. So if Ryan Garcia turn this down, right? If Ryan Garcia turn this shit down, then that's a duck. And now Ryan ain't the kind of dude who give a fuck if you call him a duck or if he duck, whatever, because he didn't duck 1,000 times. But what I'm saying is, you know, this nigga is still ducking, like he's still doing the same shit. If he turn it down, if he say no, I gotta go to 40. You know what I mean? That's Ryan Garcia ducking. That's Ryan Garcia turning down negotiations. Bro, you are the B side. You can't be making this shit up. If you was the A side, you would be sending the contract to Tank. That's what the A side do. The A side sending the contract. You know what I mean? De La Hoya sent Floyd a contract. You know what I mean? Floyd sent Canelo a contract. You know what I mean? Canelo sent. Well, they signed Bivol, so that's a little different. But they both Canelo signed to the zone, so they, you know. But Eddie was the A side, right? Eddie was the A side. Bivol was just his fighter. Eddie sent Canelo the contract. You know what I mean? The zone was the A side. The zone put the fight on. You know what I mean? Type shit. The A side send the contract. You feel me? So Tank Davis is going to be sending you the contract, Ryan Garcia. How you go make him fight at 140? Maybe he gave you A side once before when you pulled out the fight. You was A side then. Shit changed since then. You've been away for a minute. Tank Davis been running up them pay-per-views. Tank Davis A side. Now there was a time where you was A side, right? You know what I mean? Not no more. There were 3 pay-per-views ago. What dogs that used to be, bro, sleeping on the floor, but not no more. But not no more. Not no more. You ain't A side no more, man. You ain't A side no more, right? You not no more. You feel me? So you get, it's 135, bro. You got more fights at 135 than you do at 140 anyway. You got more fights at 135 than you do at 140 anyway. You done called this man now for 2 months straight. Went hard the whole week during the fight. Now all of a sudden you at 140. But open negotiations has started, man. Open negotiations has started. And Ryan Garcia, you is on the clock, my boy. You feel me, Ryan? Open negotiations has started and Floyd Mayweather has officially put you on the clock. So I said I wasn't making no more certainties about Ryan. I lied. I most definitely did lie. Because I'm going to at least have to make one more. Because I got to see what the fuck Ryan say. And if Ryan say anything other than, yeah, I go to 135 because I'm the B side and I want this fight. And I've been calling for this fight. I'm calling for you. You ain't calling for me. I want to make this fight happen. Then we all just see what David Haney just did to make a fight that he said he wanted to make happen, to make something he wanted to make happen. And he made it happen too. You see what happened? You see how this shit paid off when you bet on yourself. So Ryan, bet on your motherfucking self. You know what I mean? And make this motherfucking fight happen. And it's that simple. You feel me? If you really want this, you've been calling for Tank this long. Or are you just capping again? And then again, Brian don't strike me as the guy who give a fuck if we feel like he capping. You know what I mean? Ryan don't strike me as a guy who care if he tell a lie or 2 or 1,000. You feel me? Dominic said, yo, T, did you hear him say, where there is a will, there is a way? So it's him now. Is he willing to go to 135? No, I didn't hear Ryan say that. Where he say where there's a will, there's a way. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? All this shit, Ryan be saying a lot of shit. You know what I mean? It's people out here who remember this shit you be saying. You got to stand on it, man. He said, yeah, it still is, T. He the ass. Thanks, man. He is what side he is. He the ass. Get your ass to the back of the bus. That's what's going on right now. That was that you is, Ryan. Get your ass to the back of the bus. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in, whether you're for a good time or a long time. Floyd Mayweather, just answered Ryan Garcia call, just answered the bill, and he gave Ryan Garcia, you know what I mean, a stipulation. He said this fight can happen before the end of the year up, just like you said, just like everybody want. But what I need you to do is come down to 135. You've been fighting at 135. You got more fights at 135 than you do at 140. In this fight, you the B side, not the A side. You know what I mean? So you gotta conform. You gotta conform to what we want you to do. He said when I fought Oscar De La Hoya, and I like how he used Oscar De La Hoya because Oscar De La Hoya understand the business. Oscar De La Hoya understand the situation. He said when I fought Oscar De La Hoya, I had never fought at 154 before, or 154 before. You fought at 135 before. He said, I did that because I was B-side. Oscar De La Hoya brought me up because he wanted an advantage. You know what I mean? He thought he'd be stronger and bigger at 154. So I went up to 154. I wasn't a 154-pound fighter. Never fought at 154 before in my life. I was experimenting at 147. You know what I mean? I came from the 130-pound division. Naturally, it moved up. Is what Floyd Mayweather said. You know what I mean? He said, I took a chance. I made a sacrifice. He said, if Ryan Garcia really want this fight, he got to take a chance. He got to take a sacrifice. He said, it's not even as big a sacrifice as I had to make against Oscar. You know what I mean? He kept using Oscar because Oscar is Ryan Garcia's manager as well. And Oscar know that Oscar made him do a lot of the stuff that, Floyd Mayweather is saying now. But Floyd Mayweather not even asking him to do much. Floyd Mayweather just said come down to 135, a division that Ryan Garcia already got experience at, which is why he used Oscar. You know what I mean? So Floyd put that pressure on Ryan. And not only did he put that pressure on Ryan, he put that pressure on Oscar De La Hoya as well. Because now Oscar De La Hoya got to look himself in the mirror and be like, you know what? Floyd is right. You know what I mean? Floyd is right. So Ryan got to come on down if they really want this fight to happen. But I'm not banking on this fight happen. Two things. Do Ryan Garcia ever fight anybody? Has Ryan Garcia ever gave us a fight, a big fight? No. Has he ever did, what he said he was going to do? No. You know what I mean? He hasn't. So that's one thing. Two, has Oscar De La Hoya ever made a big fight out of Golden Boy? Let's just be real. Has he ever made a big fight? Has he ever made a fight happen? Has he ever made a fight happen that he built up, told us about, wanted to see happen, and made it happen? Has he ever did it? No. So why should I expect Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis to come together and fight? That'd be too much like right. That'd be too much out of the normal for Ryan, who don't make big fights. That'd be too much out of the normal for Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy, who don't make big fights. You know what I mean? So this fight right here is literally just a figment of our imagination. And hopefully this will be my last certainty on it. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure Ryan gonna turn it down. And then I'm gonna come back one more time and say I told you so because I told you so. But I'm through letting Ryan, treat me, type shit. I didn't let him treat me this time. I'm just bringing him to the light that. I knew he was capping. But I'm finna go and get the fuck up out of here. Make sure y'all stay tuned, for them other certainties. And I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Has Ryan ever made you a big fight? Has Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy ever made you a big fight? So why we expect them to change now? It's getting harder with certainty. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But just the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.